Alright. Oh, there's a little bird over there. Oh, he or she's gone. I don't know which gender it was. Well, I just want to remind you guys, this is not a lecture, guys. This is just me talking to you. It's not face-to-face because you're behind a computer screen or behind your mobile phone. It's at a large distance, but my aim is just pretend this is face-to-face, me talking to you personally as equals. Not everything that glitters is gold. Absolutely not. A lot of stuff that we see or that we encounter have an appearance of glory. But that's it. It's all, well, hold on, I'm going to speak again. It's only an appearance of glory. It's not real glory. Ah, I'm going to walk here. It's much better. Because look, for example, on Facebook, we're living in a postmodern era today. So I'll use postmodern day examples, of which Facebook is one of them. Let's say on Facebook or on DeviantArt, you see this English girl. She's just 19 and she's making a lot of beautiful photographs of the landscape in her environment. And sometimes she makes self-portraits or portraits of some other British people around where she lives. She starts off with, she also makes a Facebook page for her photography. She gets 1,000 people that like it, and within 5 months it's 10,000. And within a year it's 50,000, and within 2 years it's 200,000. You see? And let's say that for about 4 years have passed. And you may think now, hold on a minute. This woman has more than 200,000 likes on Facebook, and her personal Facebook profile has thousands of followers. And from time to time, she makes a personal photo of a dress she's wearing. You see, so you may be thinking, hold on. This woman is successful. She has made it. She has a great life. And fill in the blanks. You may be thinking this. But let me tell you, it's an illusion. It's fake. Yes, she did make hundreds of photos for the past years. She did that. But most of those photos are only photos of the farms around her, where people were jumping sometimes, where people were lying on the floor. And because she received so many likes, and often people do this by paying service. I'm not saying she did this, okay, but I'm saying it's a possibility that it happened this way, that people pay certain apps on Facebook, and by paying a few $100 to some app, you can get many friend requests or followers. There are people doing this. So it will appear as if they're very popular. Well, most of those accounts that are liking the page are fake accounts of people that don't really exist. You see? And I'm not saying she did that, but anyway, the person I'm talking about, that I use as an example, she doesn't bring anything new. She's just repeating what she did 2 or 3 years ago, and often she would post an old picture also. Yet she has more than 200,000 likes. And her younger sister has done kind of the same, but her younger sister is basically, people have forgotten about her. But when you look at it from a distance, you would think, whoa, this is gold, this is glory, this is a career. Well, when you look behind the scenes, when you look at behind the performance, you would agree that you would basically find out that, hold on a minute, this ain't real. There is no substance to this. And you may even find out later that that girl has psychological problems, and that many people think people in her that know her think she's nuts. You might also find out that, you know, there are many envious family members who hate her guts. And you may also find out that it's one of her parents that basically helped her, and who is the only one that supports her, and the rest is just basically treating her as commons as if there's nothing special with her. So basically the whole Facebook career of her is simply a way to get attention, to compensate for the emptiness and the defects, emotional defects she basically encountered and received during her life. And she will also find out that there isn't really a future for this woman, because she didn't attend any university, she didn't attend any college, she only is a self-taught photographer, and within a few years, probably nobody even cares about who she is anymore. The reason why I'm not calling names is because, first of all, I don't want to hurt the person I'm talking about. She doesn't even know I'm making this video. So she doesn't even know me. But I'm just using this as an example, as a parable to you, that often things can appear so real when they aren't. You see? And often we compare our whole lives with a performance of someone else. And of course, when you compare your life circumstance with someone's performance, then absolutely the performance will succeed the test. However, is it practical to compare your whole life with someone else's performance? Nope, it's not. So that's why I want you guys to walk by faith and not by sight. Okay? I'm going to give another example. Let's say you have this guy, or I'm going to use a woman as an example now. She graduated and now she started her own business, and wow, on Facebook she's sharing this, also on LinkedIn, and boom, about 1,200 people like it, and about 50 people comment on it and congratulate her. And yes, in following months, she posts pictures of her business, and it appears, whoa, she is making it, man. And then you have you, okay? You had a job, but the job was just not right for you. The job made you tired, the job made you worried, the job was not healthy for you, but you didn't realize it. So one day, the grace of God caused your boss to become irritated at you and to fire you. You see? So now you've lost your job. And you are thinking, oh no, I lost my job. Why did I lose my job? Why? And what happens next? There are unclean spirits that saw what happened, and an accusing spirit now begins to whisper in your ears. The spirit will tell you, you failed because you're lazy. You failed because you're out of your mind. You failed because you don't make right decisions, blah, blah. The demon begins to accuse you. And if you're not praying, you will begin to believe what the accusing spirit is telling you. Then when the evil spirit is successful, you have now turned into a self-accusing state that you doubt yourself, that you doubt God's favor upon your life. And you begin to repeat to yourself you are a failure, and you're always going to use the fact that you were fired as evidence. And then you see the Facebook and LinkedIn posts of that young woman that has her own business, and all those hundreds of people that are talking about it, and those people that like it, and the pictures she's posting. You think, why is everybody so successful and I'm such a loser? You see, there's only one person's success that you saw, and now immediately you think that the whole world is successful and you're the only one that's in brokenness. And after that, you will automatically look for emotional relief, because whenever you're emotionally injured, you look for emotional relief. So now you see a bottle and you think, let me drink some beer, then some wine, and now you have another unclean spirit that's attached to you, and that unclean spirit telepathically keeps reminding you of how delicious that bottle is, how delicious that wine is, or how delicious that whatever you're consuming is, because you are consuming it to temporarily be relieved from emotional pain. So now you become addicted to the emotional relief that you get from that object. And before you know it, you have a problem with alcoholism. Why? Only because of some post you saw on LinkedIn or on Facebook? Are you out of your mind? And now, if you would remain in prayer, then when the boss fired you, the Holy Spirit would have told you clearly, this is my will, I'm behind this, I have something better for you. Okay, yes, you did make wrong decisions. Yes, you did arrive at your job late often. Yes, you weren't always at your best. However, it's me. I, the Lord, am doing this. I'm using you to do this because I'm accomplishing my purpose in your life. Then it wouldn't matter if you would have been fired from your job. It wouldn't have mattered what people would say about you, because you knew God is working His purpose out in your life. You see? And there's another thing. That young woman you saw, that everyone is talking about her business, 5 months after her business began, her business is so successful, she is completely in the stress, and she has a burnout, and she ends up in the hospital, though, to basically her health deteriorated because of the emotional heaviness she endures because of the stress of her business. But now, when she started her business and money was coming in, her family members and friends were very glad about it. They weren't glad for her, but they thought, well, she has her own business now, so now we can benefit from her. Now we can exploit her. We just pretend to love her, pretend we have the best interest for her, and now we will continue to exploit her. So when she had her burned down, she had almost had a stroke. What happened? All those people, when she began to ask for emotional assistance, all of her friends began to say to her, oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy. Some began to talk dirty to her, some chased her away, and her family members don't want to hear anything of her. They don't want her to even speak to them. But yet, you are there with an alcoholic problem, in depression, because you were thinking that she made it and that you are the loser. You see, walk by faith, not by sight. When you are a true believer, when you are following Christ, God is establishing and fulfilling His purpose in, with, and through your life. So yes, you will make wrong decisions. Yes, people will do you dirty. Things will go wrong here and there. However, all things all things work together for your good. So all the good, all the bad, all the ugly, all the sadness, or the stupid stuff, all the accusation, all the demonic assaults, everything will work out for your good. Okay? For example, you see, the people from FedEx, they went to the empty building where my address is at the moment, and they didn't know the whole circumstance, so they thought this is about here, this is the wrong address, so they left. But I was right around the corner, but I didn't see them, so I had to come all the way down here to get my Japanese rail pass. But behold, well, when I was here, I enjoyed the sun and I enjoyed walking in this through this quiet landscape. I'm not talking about the road here, I'm talking about more of the green that is over there. But even at the road here, it's quite, I would say, a little bit peaceful, so I'm enjoying it right now. If the delivery would have succeeded in the morning, I wouldn't have been through all this joy. You see, all things work together for your good. All things. So next time you feel jealous or you feel intimidated by someone else's success or someone else's achievement, pray for that individual. I'm telling you, pray for them. I don't care who they are, if they're someone you saw on TV, or someone, a relative that you know, or someone at your school or at college, pray for them. Because when you begin to pray, there will be clarity will come into your life. You may be a blessing for that individual. Maybe that individual that you are idolizing that you're idolizing, maybe that individual is thinking about suicide, and now that you who are intimidated by their so-called success, now that you obey Christ and pray for them, they get relief temporarily by angelic intervention, and they don't commit suicide, and a lot of harm is prevented. You see? Walk by the Spirit, people. Walk by the Spirit. Walk by faith, not by sight. Okay? Well, I'm going to end this video now. It's been long for now, almost 18 minutes. And the bus still didn't arrive, but who cares? It's all well with me. May the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ be with you, and Shalom!